Hi, everyone. As a society, we feel the need to understand. We poke, prod, constrict, and contort things to suit our capabilities, limitations, and affinities. We invented gods and goddesses to explain nature and catastrophe. We drew up an alphabet of symbols to illustrate the principles of what we have defined as mathematics. We created funny little devices of communication and called them words, because it wasn't enough just to think our thoughts. We needed to categorize, identify, and label our world and the people around us. However, for far too long, our need to understand has fueled a dangerous convention of human interaction. People have discovered a revolutionary shortcut that allows us to conquer our fear of the unknown without actually conquering it. It's called labeling. Labeling allows us to feel as if we understand human emotion and relationships when we don't and can't. It's the quick and easy way to skip the getting to know you phase and move right along to the I'm judging you phase. But regardless of the negative consequences, we have settled comfortably into the practice of labeling, and labeling has settled comfortably into every aspect of our society. I see the debilitating effects of labeling on a daily basis at my school, at home, on the news, and I can't bear to see it continue. So after putting the practice of labeling through the Rotary four-way test, I hope to unsettle at least one of you, with hope that you may unsettle more people and that we may, together, excite some real progress for our society. Is it the truth? The problem with placing people in categories is that by doing so, we limit our understanding of others. For example, someone who meets me in class and develops a profile of who I am might label me as smart Asian girl normal. And while these things may be true, this person misses that I'm half Asian, I have ADD, my parents are divorced, and I have two beta fish named Shark and Timmy. Thank you. But even these things don't paint an accurate picture of who I am. My identity is too elaborate to be explained or defined by anything other than simply me. Am I Asian? No, I am myself. But if people stop getting to know me at smart Asian girl normal, then how will they ever hear the stories and acquire the knowledge that I have to share? Labels allow us to appease the discomfort of not knowing or understanding others, but in reality, we can't just slap a few labels on someone and stick them on a list of people we understand. Otherwise, we'll never hear the stories or acquire the knowledge, and we're stuck with a meaningless jumble of labels that make us feel better. Meanwhile, the truth becomes trapped behind a brick wall that is our own ignorance. Is it fair to all concerned? Labels, by nature, are clearly not suitable containers for human beings. Yet all of us are currently contorting every part of our bodies in an attempt to fit into the containers in which we've been placed by our peers, our families, and our society. Some of us are sharing containers because we're viewed as being the same. Others of us are alone in our containers and are therefore ridiculed and isolated. Labels are containers that dehumanize us, destroy our pride and sense of self, and limit our growth and success. When a spectacularly unique person is judged based on labels, and this person's entire human existence is reduced to probably gay, well-dressed, kind of annoying, this is not fair. We'll build goodwill and better friendships. Sometimes labels can bring us closer. For example, two kids who are both interested in music might feel closer because of their shared interest. But what happens when two kids who play sports decide that they're cooler than the kids who play music? Well, now all the music kids share the sentiment that all the sports kids are cocky and pretentious, and now two groups are completely united, but completely divided from one another. And now sports kids don't even need a legitimate reason to hate music kids. They're just music kids. And they're just sports kids. But if sports kids and music kids didn't hate each other for no reason, imagine all the animosity and intolerance that would just vanish. And imagine all the friendships that would become possible. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Politics in the United States has become a game of who can use labels to paint the most unappealing picture of their opponent. Weak, inexperienced, narcissistic, racist, too rich, socialist, conservative, liberal. Unfortunately, government is not a game, and these labels are actually delaying real work in public service, because when we see our peers as compilations of labels, not only do divisions and animosity begin to form between us, but our view of the bigger picture simultaneously begins to dissipate. Let's also keep in mind that although this is a problem for those who are divided, the politicians don't take the fall for labeling their opponents. The people do. When one person labels, everyone suffers. Labeling allows us to find people who look, speak, and behave exactly like us, and be perfectly content in our blissful ignorance. They're the reason why people actually care what model iPhone they have, why people don't care enough to learn about what's happening in Syria, why white or black is still a jury's concern, why boys and girls don't sit together at lunch at Sheehan High School. It's all because we're divided. As a society and as a species, people are divided. We will never truly understand one another, but that just means that we can never stop trying. It's scary that there isn't an easy way out of living in a complex and constantly evolving society, but quite frankly, we all just need to get over it. And we need to do it together. Let's leave our containers behind. Let's stop putting up boundaries and start building friendships. Let's stop the animosity and start the productivity. Let's stop being content and start discovering. Let's stop labeling and start connecting. Thank you.